Okay, well, we're back to Satisfactory. I've been chatting a bit in the chat. I like to have mic off for the first 5 or so minutes to that people have time to come in and just have the title screen going. But welcome, Garden Elf and Chrissy. Hope you're doing well, both of you. Uh, I've been alluding a bit to how things have been absolutely exploding and kind of going wild in the best way possible. Um, I really I cannot comprehend it. I had a long, and this might sound weird. I had a long conversation with AI yesterday about this because of course AI is kind of an expert-ish in most topics. And so I thought I'm just gonna talk a bit to it and see what it thinks about my position and what makes people yeah, Garden Elf is here as well. What makes people actually want to come in and support me and engage so much, because even the amount of engagement that I'm seeing on my stream is like definitely not the statistical mean or average in any way. Um, and yeah, I kind of wanted to figure out why. Isn't really a good explanation to it, other than it seems that somehow I'm breeding a very nice community that feels very engaged and very supportive. And yeah, like something that I find very interesting is that every single person, except for one yesterday, who has followed my stream, has at least chatted more than once in my chat. And just someone having chatted alone is a massive um, point of engagement. Uh, and it's very likely that most of your viewers will typically be lurkers, but it feels like in my case most of my viewers are actually chatters. Um, it's very interesting. Um, but yeah, it means a lot. It's very special to be in this position, and so yeah, I've been reflecting a lot and just thinking about how things will evolve, how things will go. I've been very excited, also a bit anxious. I'm generally a very anxious person, um, but not necessarily anxious about anything bad. More anxious about, well, how will this continue? What will happen? Like, so on and so forth. Not necessarily, oh, will it all crash and burn? I don't believe that. Um, it's been your community isn't that big yet. We can chat. You have the time to read properly all the messages. You'll get more lurkers as more you progress. Yeah, it's true. But I do hope that, of course, more viewers does always sound better. More people subscribing sounds better. But generally, I would say that I do also don't want to grow to a point where I cannot keep up with chat messages, right? And I think as I progress, I also get better and faster at reading messages, and so on and so forth. So right now, the chat is going very fast. I can keep up with most chats, if not all chats. But I think if it grows beyond this, it could be a little difficult to keep up. Um, and that is also something that I worry a bit about. That people will feel of course, unintentionally neglected through that. Um, so yeah, yeah, Garden, you were more impatient than anyone. You always show up within the minute. So yeah, uh, I have that bit of a worry because I want everyone to feel welcome. I want everyone to feel that they're getting the attention that they need and want from me and the chat also, right? Uh, because it I've always been a lurker, so I don't actually know how it feels to be a chatter fully. But what I can imagine is that, well, if you chat in a chat and no one really responds to it and acknowledges it, then maybe you would feel a little let down, uh, and so on. Um, and so, of course, I don't want it to get to that point. Um, it's something I have to figure out. And well, let's see if things will keep growing even. It could have been just two exceptionally amazing days in a row, right? But what I can say is that last week I got only 2 followers. The week before that I got only 1 follower. This week we're in the middle of the week, and somehow I have gained 6 followers. Uh, Already it's by far my best performing week in terms of followers, and it also is in terms of viewership as well. So yeah, uh, I'm not necessarily putting pressure on myself, but of course, it's gotten to a point where I also have to consider, well, what to do, what will happen next. Right? It's uh, of course, you cannot plan, you cannot expect really much in the future. But what I do know is that I do want to be prepared and like have reflected on what could happen, what could be a possibility. In the most basic sense of, well, what will happen if I have, let's say, a few more chatters than I have now, double the chatters, 3 times the chatters, and so on, uh, because that is a reasonable thing that could happen based on what I've seen over the past 2 days. I don't know if that will happen or when it could happen, but yeah, if things keep growing the way that they have, then that is definitely a possibility in the future. So, yeah, but definitely I appreciate all of the support. I mean, it's crazy to see that something that I kind of just started for fun, that allowed me to have more social interaction that I typically have in my daily life, has grown to this extent. Uh, yeah, I know, but it's the year that I was born. It was the very most common name in Denmark. Uh, it was by far the most common name. So it is it is not really that big of a deal. The same even goes for my last name. I have such a common name that I am one of tens of thousands here in the country. So it's okay. I don't mind it. Yeah, exactly. It's my Steam name. So my Steam is not really connected to my Twitch at this point, and yeah, I mean, it's just a common name here that even I know like 5 other people with the same name in different generations of from me also. So it's fine. Yes, exactly. Um, yeah, I mean, I don't think there's much that you can gain from my Steam name and Steam profile picture, so it's all good. Uh, yeah, I mean, I don't have my Steam account linked anywhere. I also don't really plan to actively share it. Um, but I don't mind it being visible, right? That's fine. So, yeah. Let's go in and let's, yeah, just see where we left off. So sorry for a bit of a ramble session, but it's kind of something that I felt I had to get off my chest a little bit. Uh, so, yeah. Um, where we left off was here, and we're working towards fused modular frames. And they are not easy. Oh, I had a bit of a lag spike here. So they're not easy to make at all. So that's exciting. I also have a hard drive. Do I have more hard drives even? Oh, no. Also, one thing I kind of want to do is, let's check our crystal oscillators. Okay, they're building up, but very, very slowly. But I want to get back to our base actually, because we had some space elevators space elevator parts being made, and we should have enough at this point um, of that, and we can kind of calm that production line down a little bit and turn it off. So that's what we'll do first, because I don't want to spend excessive resources. We were running out of cable because of it. So let's see. So yeah, I don't really mind people being able to see my Steam profile and Steam name. I'm not the kind of person to just add people randomly. Even I don't think I have a single friend on Steam who's not an actual person that I've met in real life. And I'm not necessarily planning to do that anytime soon. And then, in terms of my legal first name also, it's so common that I don't really worry too much. I don't think anyone can really find my personal information through just my first name. Yeah, I'm feeling good. I am generally very overwhelmed these days, but in a good way. Definitely not in a bad way. Let's have you make... No. Let's just turn you off. Good. So... we have all that we need, which is good. And we have a good amount of AI limiters and high-speed connectors, which could be useful for the future. So I do kind of want to empty this out and just add them to the cloud here. The AI limiters as well can go. And these have been built up quite a bit. That's nice. So cool. And let's also take the remaining ones. Good. So I believe we should have 500 here. Definitely. to here and here is 500, I believe. So we're good. Amazing stuff. Let's see. We can add some iron ingots also, because why not? It's better to have them than just throwing them away, I think. And let's head back to where we came from and start thinking about setting this up, the fused modular frames. So I've been thinking about my goal for Satisfactory and when I would be considering it a finished playthrough and moving on to the next game. And so I don't know if there isn't really a way to showcase it, but my thinking has been I'll try to complete all Steam achievements. I think that's where I can feel like, okay, I have done what the game has set out for me to do, and more than just completed the story by completing all the phases. Also, yeah. So, I have looked at the Steam achievements. I don't know why I keep calling it Steve achievements, but there are two particularly time-consuming achievements, I think, from how I see it, and those are getting the nut statue. Let's see. Oh, that's the sink. That's getting the nut statue in here for 1,000 coupons. And the other one is gathering 100 hard drives. And I think those are like the biggest concern, let's say. But I think they're actually pretty doable. I cannot see how many coupons I have because I don't have power to it. But yeah, maybe I'm underestimating, and that could definitely be the case. But it feels quite achievable. My whole plan is definitely to finish all phases. That has always been the plan. I have 77 coupons, right? So that's 1/10 of the way to the nut statue. But, or not 1/10, but you know what I mean, like 1/15 or 1/12, something like that. Of course, I know that for every coupon that you achieve, the more expensive they get. I don't know how much it will require to get 1,000. I don't know if I don't have any in the cloud yet. So yeah, I'm gonna try to see if I can achieve that. But yeah, it is a long way to go. But I think that's where I can feel satisfied, where I can feel like there is a decent endpoint to my satisfactory playthrough, where I can say I have actually completed the game. Yeah. So that will be the idea. Hello Rob, nice to see you. Hope you're doing well. It's crazy to see everyone in the chat having that founder badge. It's insane. So yeah, Rob, I don't know if you were here, but I think it's already 11 people indeed. I think my plan with Satisfactory, and when I will like finish it and stop streaming it, at least for now, will be when I have completed all Steam achievements. Um, and the biggest probably time sink of that is getting the nut statue. Um, but yeah, I think that's when I can feel fully accomplished with what I did in the game. Mm, but I don't know if that nut statue is just absolutely insane to get. Um, that is a bit of a worry. It is crazy to achieve. You're yet to get it yourself. Oh god. Okay. Huh. Interesting. That does worry me a bit. But if I realize that it just takes too much, then maybe I will finish my playthrough before that as well. I think I'm just gonna try to aim for that, and if it feels too unachievable, then I might change things around. Hello, Bread Boy. Nice to see you. Hope you're doing well. Hope you had a great end of the stream yesterday also. I saw that you were streaming Deep Rock Galactic earlier today. Was it today? I think so. You're cold today. Oh, I see. That is. I'm not gonna hate you for that, but that sounds crazy. mm. So, yeah. We will work towards our fused modular frames. It's amazing to see this active chat. It's exactly what I wanted with my stream. People to be talking, people to be active, having chats with each other and with me and all of that. It's amazing. I love it. Because it's kind of something that I was missing in my real life was some people to talk to. And so this also helps me a lot with that. So yeah, it's very nice to see you all in here. Let us go from the end and try to calculate what we will need for things. Oh, the UK age verification law is very, very strict. Oh yes, it was in the blender, I forgot. So, let's look at the blender here. It's the fused modular frame. We will need... Oh. Okay, so we have calculated the steel. Then we'll need 1.5 HMF, I'm just gonna call them, for short, heavy modular frames. Per minute. And 75 L casing per minute. Okay, good. The nitrogen gas is kind of whatever, I think, but let me just write it down. I guess. Sure. Oh. Okay. Yeah. I don't know what makes your stream marked as mature, Bread Boy, but I think maybe you can look into that, because I can imagine that there are a lot of people who might, or at least some people who might not be age verified and therefore not allowed to watch your stream, but I also understand if it's out of principle about the topics that you might talk about and all of that. So But yeah, I mean, a mature stream is more about the topics that you're actively discussing, I think. Uh, it's okay if I understand it correctly, but don't quote me on it. I think it's not just about you use a few swear words here and there. I think if uh, it's considered mature if it is part of your full vocabulary, right? So yeah, yes. But I think like when I'm thinking about the bigger streamers, um, I mean it's very common on Twitch for everyone to be swearing all the time. And I feel like even the bigger streamers don't have their channel set to mature, but maybe that's not true. Uh, so it might be a good thing to look into. Yeah. Uh, what I will say is that I can imagine if there is excessive swearing, like when it's in almost every sentence, then maybe uh, Twitch would need that to be marked as mature, and I would kind of get that. And also if you kind of discuss sexual topics as well, right? Uh, in those cases, I can imagine that you kind of would need to mark it as mature. But I do think from when I was in your stream yesterday, Bread Boy, I don't think there was anything necessarily uh, mature about anything. Um, yeah, I mean, I think as long as you don't really bring attention to it, I think it should be fine, Bread Boy. Like as long as you don't say, "Oh, I'm gonna have a quick hit of whatever," or something like that, uh, because that's also inadvertently like advertising and bringing it up as like a topic of discussion. Um, I do think that you can kind of do that in, let's say, secret, for lack of better words. Um, so yeah, I don't see much of a reason why your stream would be marked as mature. Yeah, exactly. Uh, I mean, for example, on Tuesdays and Thursdays I do stream Diablo 2, and because Diablo 2 is a bit of a gory game, my stream does get marked automatically as mature because of the game that I chose. Um, so, and I will also say that while you might notice that I don't really swear, it's not necessarily to keep my stream off mature. I don't I don't mind my stream being marked as mature necessarily, but it would also be sad if Rob would not be able to join, especially now since you're a subscriber. But uh, but it's not necessarily to keep things child friendly or off the mature um, mark. It's simply just because it's not really part of my regular vocabulary to just be swearing around. I don't like to express myself through swear words generally. I'm okay with using them, like I'm okay with reading them out loud and stuff like that, seeing what people say. I also know that a lot of people do like expressing themselves through swear words. I'm not preventing myself from saying them. I'm simply just not saying them because they're not part of my active, usual daily vocabulary. Um, so yeah, but I don't mind using them. Let's say I don't mind saying them. And I don't mind other people doing so either. Uh, it's just my personal expression, and how I grew up and how I developed my vocabulary, I guess. Um, I grew up in a household where there was a lot of swearing all over the place, and I guess, and that is a big thing with me, is that there was so much swearing, there was so much listening to music, there was so much watching movies, and now in my life, because I guess maybe at least subconsciously that there was so much of that, I have kind of become the opposite of that. So I'm not using swear words like what would happen when I grew up in my family. I'm not really listening to music like what would be happening in my family home. I'm not really watching movies or really that into movies like my whole family was. It's very interesting. I don't know why. It's not like an active choice that I've made. It's just it's just how I've ended up through that exposure in some way subconsciously. Uh, it's a little bit intriguing and an interesting thing about me, I guess. Um, let's see. So for the heavy modular frames, we need. Uh, let's set you to 1.5. Yeah, it is. It is. It's deep. It's not necessarily something that I would consider a problem, uh, per se. I find it strange. I find it weird, and it's something that I haven't fully gotten to understand yet as a person. But I don't necessarily find it to be a problem, per se, if that makes sense. I think it's okay for people to not really be into music and movies, even though it's a very common talking point and uh, thing of common interest for people, right? Um, but yeah, it's just a little interesting. That's mostly it. Let's see. So, oh, I'm trying to do some programming things in this note-taking thing. Something that I'm used to, pressing tab in my code editors when writing code. Um, so 7.5 MF per minute. Then it also requires 30 steel pipes per minute. Then it requires 7.5 in beams per minute. Yeah, it's one of those things where it's. I wish I could get into music and movies, um, because I have been struggling to connect with people a lot throughout my life because of this, and I want to be able to connect better with people. But yeah, I mean, I have gaming. I am at 34 followers. Yes. A lot happened yesterday. It's crazy. Movies feel like more of a commitment than video games. Yeah, it's true. I do like when things are interactive. I do like having my fingers doing practical things, if that makes sense. I like messing around with things. I don't necessarily like sitting in silence and watching a, let's say, fictional story. Um, and I really like documentaries and listening to factual things. Um I like hearing about animals. I like hearing about, let's say, something that happened in the 90s or in the 1500s or something like that. I find it difficult to follow a fictional story though. Uh, that I would say. So the closest I kind of get to being interested in movies is watching documentaries. Um, I guess. Music and movies are totally one, and you need to like them indeed so you can vibe with other people. Yeah, exactly. Like some of the first things that people bring up is like, oh, this masterpiece of a movie. People say, oh, Star Wars is amazing. And they want to start a conversation on that. Or Lord of the Rings is amazing. And they want to start some kind of conversation on that. But I haven't watched any of it. And I don't really have an interest in watching any of it either. Um, I have an interest in connecting with people. I have an interest in that, but to watch something just to have the opportunity to connect with people is not really a big enough motivation for me. I want to also be personally interested in what I'm watching and not just do it for a broader gain or goal, let's say. Also, it's expensive to watch things. It's not free. I don't really feel like paying for whatever subscription or buying some kind of movie or a series. It's also like it feels a bit wasteful to subscribe to something and then not make use of it all the time because you have full access and all of this stuff. It's just kind of easier for me to just not have those subscriptions going. And then again, I also don't really have an interest in watching anything. Um, so yeah, it's kind of interesting. I don't know how and why I work like that. Um, I just do. Let's see. So then we have modular frames. Gets very complicated here. Modular frames require. We need to make 7.5 of you. So that's beyond what we could do here. Let's say we would build 4 assemblers. Then everyone got a bit silent. Well, it's fine. It's fine. So could never get into Star Wars, Lords of the Rings, Game of Thrones. I do watch Star Trek though, but I think that's because of the tech being based more in reality than Star Wars. Yeah, I get it. I mean, I did watch one Star Wars movie, and that was... What was it even called? It was called something Rogue. Because it had a Danish actor in it as the main villain. Who's very popular in the US somehow. Yes, Rogue One, that's the one. So it kind of automatically made me interested in watching the movie, and well, it was mostly because some friends invited me to the cinema to watch it. If they hadn't invited me, I hadn't watched it, but it's particularly interesting because there was a big Danish actor in it, right? So yeah. And that Danish actor being Mads Mikkelsen, who has also been a villain in like James Bond, and he has been part of the Hannibal series also as a main actor as well. So he's a big name somehow. I don't really know how. Um, Yes. Busy day, kind of, but also boring. Have to prepare for a call in 10 to 15 minutes. Just heated up lasagna. I'm ready to log in. Oh, lasagna is my favorite. Oh, yes. Nice. But that's yet another thing that is intriguing about me. Um, I'm actually also not a big foodie. Uh, so yeah, I don't know what's going on with me, but that's that's who I am, I guess. But I do love me myself some lasagna, that's for sure. Women in IT are still a rarity, but it gets awesome when your team lead is also a woman. Pure vibe. Yeah, it's also at least here in Denmark, there's a big push towards women in game development as well, which is lovely. There's a big established organization that has happened recently, and it's very very cool to see. Uh, because it has traditionally been a very male-dominated space. Um, but it's nice to see some equality coming in. Yes. You're picky and stay with what I know. Yes. That's nice. Well, knowing lasagna is a good starting point, I would say. Let's see. This gets super annoying. What if we just put you at 95? Is there like a more rounded number that we could do? Let's go for 3 instead then. 2.5. Oh, I need to overclock slightly. So, yeah, I like that better. Um, so we're just gonna slightly overclock 3 machines for the heavy modular, or for the modular frames. Okay, good. So, for the modular frames, let's go in a bit deeper. Uh, we need 3.7. No, let's say 3.75 times 3. It's 11.25. Okay. 11.25 re IP. Let's call it per minute. Okay. Good. Then we have 15 times 3. 15 times 3, that should be 45. Yes, it is. Okay. Oh, yes, I'm doing my code editor stuff again. I'm used to pressing tab to indent through my coding experience, so rods per minute. Okay, good. So we have those. Then we need to figure out how we make the reinforced iron plates that we need. Okay, let's say we need to make 11.25. And let's make that over 3 machines maybe? Divided by 3. That's 3.75 per machine. And that still gives us decent-ish numbers, I would say. So, I don't mind that. Okay. And for those, we need... is this? Yes. Then 1, 2, 3. We need... 22.5 times 3. 67.5. Okay. 67.5. And what was it? Iron plates. Plates per minute. Women in IT carry special skills and power. Yeah, I mean, it also provides a completely different a viewpoint and all of that. Yes. I don't even know that song. The only AC/DC song I can really recognize is Thunderstruck, I think. I can hold Alt and press 7 on my keypad. Mm. Oh, the dots. Yes, I see bullet points. Okay. What else could I put? A big dot. Oh, I can play blackjack in here. Arrows. Interesting. Hmm. Nice. Um, let's see. We then have to say 45 times 3 is 135 for screws. Okay, 135 screws per minute. Okay. Yeah, there is. I do know about the alt combination of things. I've used them a bit for formatting in programming as well. So, but it's crazy that you recognize, you can remember the combinations of things. But yes, it's actually um, a thing from, I guess, Windows maybe. .176 or no 0176. Yes, that's the degree symbol. 176. No, 176. This one is interesting. I don't know what it means. The Apothecary Diaries. Nice. What is it about? Rock and metal, gaming, IT. Last thing left is anime. Yes. Okay, good. Yeah, true. So, in case you want to write it down, Rob, it was just me forgetting the 0 in front of 0176. So, in case you didn't know that one. Okay. So, let's see. We then need to calculate even more stuff. But now we get down to the ingots part of things. So, we need 67.5 plates per minute. And we can likely not get up to that if we fully overclock here, sadly. That's fine. Let's say 67.5 divided by 2. Such an annoying number. What if I divide it by 3? 22.5, that's... Yeah, so we'll just aim to be making 22.5. But that creates an annoying number with the iron ingots. What if we divide by 4? 13.5. How is that? No. They're all gonna be annoying numbers, it seems. So 22.5 will just do. It's fine. She's not, no. Definitely not. Let's see. Hard to explain, but basically about a girl who loves to try new poisons and gets abducted to work in the Emperor's inner palace, but as soon as her talents are discovered, she has to solve mysteries. Yes. You have the same interests as your fiance, except for the anime, I see. Sounds like Sailor Moon. That's a name that I recognize at least. Let's see. So we will need. This was 67.5 divided by 3. Yes. So we will need 33.75 times 3. That's a lot of iron. Okay. Let me go in and check what that number was again. 101.25. Such annoying numbers to work with. 0.25. Okay. Iron per minute. Good. Let's indent you even more. Streaming the wedding live, oh god. Love to spend his free time in the farming simulator, party games, or GTA 5. Interesting. So not into Satisfactory. That's purely your interest. We have an ad break in 3 minutes, just to let you guys know. Anyone who's subscribed, you won't get ads, but anyone else who's not turbo, you might get an ad for... You might get multiple ads for 3 minutes. In 3 minutes time. So I know I sound like a broken record, but I don't want to be running ads. I just simply don't have the choice. So I'm sorry about that. It's next year. Yes. Are you prepared? Lawn mowing simulator, highly recommended. Oh, I played that a lot in real life, in the garden that I had to mow. Growing up, my actual garden. Let's see. So then, for screws, we will do. Let's say 135 divided by 3. That's 45. Yes, so that's a good thing, I would say. So we want to be... It's a good number. We want to be making 45. This is not a good number, but it's gonna be fine. My thinking is that we'll have a manifold set up anyway. Yes, no problem. See you a bit later. So 11.25 times 3. Okay, that's 33.75. There are probably alternate recipes that I could make use of for this, but I don't really feel fully comfortable using any at the moment for this setup. Oh, why did it go all the way down there? Oh, I ran out of space now. Let's move this down to private notes, I guess. Okay, and then what was the number? 33.75. At least that is not so expensive. Oh, it hit the spot. Nice. Amazing. Is it your favorite food also? Good. So, screws, then we will need to be making 45 rods per minute. That's just 45 iron. Because it's 1-to-1. Okay. 45 iron per minute. Okay. Then we also need to calculate these screws. The alts just exchange screws for concrete or rubber, so it's no huge difference. Yeah. You can eat like 1 kilo of lasagna in one sitting. Yeah. It's definitely good. Okay. Good. So let's see. Now we also need to calculate the final screws. So let's put you up to, say, 180 divided by 4. That gets us 45 also. Yeah. Sure. So let's put you down to 45 again. Okay. 11.25 times 4 would be 45. Okay. Good. So 45 iron per minute. Eek. I've run out of space again. Used to have 2-foot-long subs for my lunch when I worked in retail. I have to sustain myself. Tall guy working out, I see. 1 kilo in the bulking period is nothing. Oh, I've never been there myself. Okay, let's move the screws up here so we can write 45 iron per minute. And let us add all of these things together. I want it on a black background, like here. So we would need 101.25 plus 33.75 plus 45 plus 45. 225 iron per minute. Okay. That is a lot. We're already using 135. Top 3 for sure. Number 1 has to be macaroni and cheese with ground beef mixed in. Fairly similar dishes, very carb heavy. Yes. You went through a crazy gym period of my life. Bulking and lifting. Managed 135 kilo max lift. Yes. And to be honest, Rob, I don't know anything about all of that. So I don't even know if 135 kilos is a lot. But it probably is. I can imagine so. I definitely couldn't imagine myself lifting 135 kilos. The max that I have lifted in my life was bringing firewood into my parents' home. And they are 10 kilos each. And I lifted 6 of those at once. And I was less than 60 kilos back then. So I lifted more than my own body weight in like firewood. And I don't know how I was capable of doing that. Uh, it was it was a bit crazy to think about that because I wasn't really exercising or anything like that. Um, I I don't know. Ants lift like over 100 times their body weight. Yeah. Sometimes you wish you could be an ant. Manage 40 kilo dumbbells for 6 reps. So I'm guessing 40 kilo per dumbbell or 40 kilo combined. Like 40 kilo in each hand or... Yeah, per. Yeah. I guess combined also doesn't make so much sense in that case because, well, you're kind of lifting them with each hand, right? So they're the kind of own kind of individual thing. Okay, this is the copper. That's not what we were looking for. We're looking for iron. It was down there. Oh, didn't get the momentum I wanted. Good, that's better. So... Okay, it's a pure node. That's good. I couldn't remember if it was. That means that we should be making... If I'm correct in this, it's a 1-to-1. Yes, it is. So we should be mining... Oh, I didn't write down the number. 225. 225 iron per minute. And then plus steel. 135 steel equals what? 225 plus 135. 360. That's at least a pretty nice number. Okay. Good. 360 we should be mining. That's only a 50% increase in clock speed. That's not bad at all. Then somehow we need to support all of that. We might want to rotate this guy. Okay. Like so. Let's see, can we make it? We can. Good. That should be fine. So let's say 225 divided by 30 is 7.5. So let's build 8 smelters. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. It's more likely to reveal uneven muscle strengths in your chest over barbell, I see. Once the weather cools down, I'll start doing some more weights at home. This weather is killer in the garage right now. Just glad your job is active. Yes. Let's say 225 divided by 8. It's 28.125. 28.125. it's gonna round down, which is annoying. So let's change it to 28.13. Just slightly overproduce a little bit. I think that's fine with me. Not everything has to be perfectly calculated and perfectly running all the time. Okay. Then we continue the splitter chain. Good. It just shows 2 decimals in the machine. Yeah, I guess I just don't like that it hides things, so I prefer that I can see the actual number, let's say. Okay, and then we continue this merger chain also. Oh, that's not what I want. And if we're lucky, we can get to raid someone fun today as well. I have a target in mind, and I'm hoping that they will be live by the time that the stream ends. Of course, that'll be a while from now, but that's gonna be fun. Okay, good. So, what do you connect to? You connect to that foundry. Let's connect this chain fully, and then of course you'll want to go through there. Okay, that's fine. And that'll be another Satisfactory expert, someone who's very knowledgeable in the game. So look forward to that. That's gonna be fun. Let's also not have a splitter here for no real reason. Okay, good. So now, well, Rob, you know them. You know them. They were in your chat yesterday. So, let's see. So, good. Now we have all of the steel and iron production that we would need, I believe. Okay. Yes, I'm just hoping they'll be live by the time that I finish today. That's my biggest worry. But they should be live, going live in 15 minutes or so. Together 3 years, but we know each other since 2017 or 2018. We can't agree on the year. Yes. You don't have chat messages to look back to? Yeah, all good, all good. I mean, if work takes over, it's completely fine. You have to do what you're getting paid for after all, right? I like to pick up these mushrooms because they're quite good for health healing. Let's see. This is nitrogen gas. Oh god, I thought I was gonna fall into the void there. I fell a lot further than I expected into this blackness. It doesn't say purity here, which is interesting. Okay, let's handle the basic setup of steel and iron then. So, how are we expecting the setup now? Nah, not really, that's the main problem. Even so, we didn't text back in these days. We have the +1 of his best friend, who was a work colleague of my best friend, to whom I was the +1. I see. Yes. It's very easy to remember if your first meeting happened online or through some kind of text. But yeah, if you just met at some, I don't know, event, then it's a little more difficult to remember. So we will be making plates. And 67.5 of those to be exact. 1, 2, 3. Was it just? I believe it was 3. They're going live at 14:15 according to the Discord. I see. Yeah. Oh, not screws, plates. So 67.5 divided by 3 is 22.5. So just slightly overclock. And then we might want to bring out a few more power shards. And let's paste it to these. Good. So that's some plates. Then we'll need screws. 1, 2, and 3 of those also. We will turn you into the alternate recipe. We want overclock, but underclock to 135 divided by 3. It's 45. Good. That's copy, paste, and paste. Nice. So that's for reinforced plates. At least it should be. Good, let's then 11.25 reinforced plates. Let's check where this would be built. Here is fine. Let's build one more. Believe we wanted 3 of you. Okay. And then to make 11.25 divided by 3 is 3.75. Okay. And paste all of that. Nice. I guess we can just go directly from the constructors and in. That's fine, because it's 1-to-1. I don't like that they have a slight bend, but it's okay. I don't mind it. Okay, and then let's build lifts. So we can do something interesting that I kind of found out is we can build this one like this. That's fine, even though we want it to go in this direction. We don't need to do that. We can build it like this. And there is one particular reason why we don't want it like this. Because I have a particular setup in mind. And that would be with mergers. So we can select via the merger where we actually want the output to go. But if we build the conveyor lift pointing in this direction, then we actually block this input here. As you can see, maybe. Yeah, like I'm not capable of going in here. But if I change this conveyor lift to just point straight, that's fine. And then build the merger on top, pointing this way. Then the only input that is blocked is here, but we don't need this input. And from what I have done previously, this did actually work as intended. So yeah, it's an interesting little quirk and weird thing. Let's see. So building cannot be nudged. Okay. So we can do... We can't do something like that though. So it's not gonna be as simple as I thought it would be either way. Yeah, as long as it works, yes. I mean, it was just a quirk that I wanted to share for people who might not know already. Sometimes I prefer the more compact look of that as well. Love that in tight spaces, yes. But I don't think it'll work well here unless I do like some weirdness here, possibly. Let's see. I think I need to think this out a little more than what I have. So we could make the choice of moving these guys one step further away. Maybe 2, because that lines up nicely with the foundation to me, visually. Okay. Could you please snap nicely? Then what I might want to do, we don't necessarily have to conveyor up immediately, I guess. So I don't like how tight for space it kind of gets here. Yeah. Maybe what we do is just meet here. And that's fine. Meet in the middle. And then what we could do is... Oh, I don't want to add you to the to-do list. Just send it across like this. We can say, I think this lines up well. We can block up off that side. Does it line up well? It doesn't really. But it lines up well enough that I don't mind. Oh, it does line up. Good. So yeah, we can do kind of like that. I think that's fine. Not going for pretty, I'm going for functional. Oh. Need to leave for today. Yeah, no problem. Have a nice day. Enjoy work as much as you can. Okay, good. So, yeah. I think this is a decent enough setup. And it should work. Here we are. Good. So that's reinforced iron plates. Let's... So... yeah. I didn't think about this. How do we go about this? I didn't make enough space, I think, for what I want to do. So I'm just gonna extend the platform by one and start sending the lines over that one instead. Okay. Good. And then let's get it through here instead. I really don't want to raise you. Okay. Nice. We'll put you here. Good. So yeah, then we'll have a little more space at least to work with. We can make them meet at the same point, kind of. Now it's gonna want to do that slight bend for no reason. It's so janky sometimes. Okay, good. Then here is fine for now. Good, let's remove this line. These two lines rather. Nice. And then we will have input on this side. It's fine. Then input here. This would have been an annoying setup with load balancers, I think. Thankfully, I'm not going for that approach generally in my playthrough, so yeah. It should be all fine. Oh. Default mode works fine. Good. And then we connect all the conveyors. Nice. Finally, we need power. And I think I want to kind of just connect power immediately, as soon as possible. Okay, let's see. We can place it like here in the corner. Fine with me. Okay. There we are. Good, so that's just reinforced plates. We need a lot more than just this, so yeah. But it should work. Here are screws coming in. How come it was moving like it was backing up? It should all be capable of moving. Oh, I think it's just because it's coming out in bursts, I guess. Yeah, that's fine. Good. So over time this should also kind of back up. Then for the modular frames we also need iron rods. So we just need 3 of those being made. Iron rods. Okay. Oh, I didn't want to copy, I wanted to paste. Oh, they had adjusted clock speed, yeah. It's fine. Okay, all is good. Let's then continue the split line here. Nice. Oh. And connect up. Good. And finally power. Now we're making the rods for the modular frames. And we wanted to make 7.5 per minute. So that's 4 of you. 4 assemblers. Okay. can build you like here. That's fine. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Let's also equip our hover pack now, because we have power up here. Good. Now we need mergers. Oh. Good. And we can send you in like so. Yeah, we'll just do the... No, we need to merge. I don't know what I'm thinking. We'll merge here at the end. Does mean that we will need more space, in my opinion. Let's say this amount of space should work. Yeah. It should, but will it? Okay, good. Then we merge in this direction here. We then simply split like so. Here, I prefer. Okay. I don't know what happened here. I also need to make sure that it is rotated correctly. Okay, good. Then we just plug you guys in. Like that. Nice. Let's say 7.5 divided by 4. 1.875. Sure. Then have you guys merged? We will just send you over. We'll try to run it close here. Can we run it completely close? We can. So let's do that. So then what the idea will be is to have you like this. It's fine. But this one, we just simply send it directly in. Okay. Good. Then we build the splitters. This is what we want. It's not gonna be the prettiest then, I can tell you that. Okay. fine. Then we elevator down. Like so. And that should work. It looks like it does. Let's take this power pole and extend it to over here. And then we can connect you guys. I guess only one of you have a recipe. Yep, that is exactly the reason why you're not working. Good. So that's the modular frames handled. Whew. It's a lot. But looking decent and compact, I would say. Now we need to handle the steel. And with that as well, concrete. So we need to find a place with concrete. And I want to check. We need to make 7.5 of you. That is 45 concrete per minute. It's not that much, but we will need it. Okay. So, concrete. How? Where are you hiding, limestone? Here. Which is not bad. It's not that far. We can take it from this side and in. Here it is. Foundation. Let's see. Oh. You're preventing me from building, really? This is what happens when you prevent me from building. Don't do that again. Oh. Whoops. We'll just let it sit. Let's go for the miner. In terms of the concrete that we need to make, 45, so we'll want 3 constructors. Okay. So 1 kind of straight ahead, and then 2 to the side. I wish I had a bomb to blow you guys up, but I don't really. And that's fine. Okay, good. So concrete, and concrete. So it's 45 times 3 we need. That's 135. So you should be mining actually a little more than you are. And then we should be good on the concrete. we can merge on this side here. Okay. And finally build you guys up. Oh. Nice. There we are. What are you looking at? We'll want power. Thankfully we have that close by also. And can place you like here. No, just here. It's fine. Perfect. And final little thing is a freeway splitter. Bean giraffes always in the way. Definitely. Definitely. Okay. Then I do get a little worried about the amount of space that I should leave it. Because I think I'll want to lead it around quite a bit just to have some additional space to work with in the worst case that the platform is not wide enough. So we will run you a little longer. Hello, Plump. Nice to see you again. Hope you're doing well. How's your new save going? Have you progressed? The limestone is all the way there. Okay. This will collide with the highway, yeah. You couldn't live without the dimensional depot, so you went back to your old save, yeah. Have you had to fix a lot? Let's see, so then we build a little vertical, like here-ish. That's fine. I don't like that my highway has to be in the way, but oh well. It's just how it is. Okay. Well, we actually want you to be the output here. Then input. Good. Oh, have you set vertical still? Still keep going for a bit. What is this long platform? I think it was just used to measure previously. So, oof. Don't want to delete all of that. Okay, I don't have anything unintentional selected, I think. You're rebuilding your starter factory from scratch because my old save. Your old one was kinda untrustworthy because of the power supply. And also I just wanted to be in a better spot. Yeah, I get it, I get it. So I'm rebuilding the rocky desert instead of the grassy fields where I originally started. Okay, nice. And how are the Rockies treating you? This should be lined up, but I'm not certain of that. It's a lot more open, yeah. I don't know exactly where the rocky desert is. Is it... These are like the dunes, right? So where would the rocky desert be? Northwest? So up here. I haven't explored much there, I guess. I've kind of taken the whole rim of the world, the boundary, all the way around. But I haven't explored fully in some spaces. Okay. Good, and a little more. Then... say you are the middle. And that lines up with the middle of this one, I think. Which is good. Let's see, so... how do we go about this? Because you will have like a weird little thing that makes it impossible for you to connect, right? Yeah. So I cannot do it that way. But I don't want this in the way also. Let's see. Is there any smart technique to make use of here? So there is the choice of doing like a splitter. And I know it might look weird, I know that, but I think I kind of prefer this setup if I can. And then we simply just... we cannot lead you all the way down. Ask the bean for further information, yes. Do they like being bounced on? I don't know. Maybe. Hello? You have a strange face, I will say that much. And a lot of barnacles. Or whatever that is. Are you like a water creature? Is that why you have all of those? You have such a strange little head. Okay, so if I was to... yeah, exactly, I cannot build it here. So I need to somehow go from the top. So what about this? You could go all the way, but yeah, of course you cannot connect. Is there another workaround? Because if I build the lift first and then build the splitter, I mean, like, that wouldn't work, right? It would be also too... yeah. What if... I like things to be straight, and this will not really allow me to want to be able to do that. So, okay, final thing I'll do is this, and hopefully that should work. No, it will not. Because then I could build you perfectly central here. Okay. Well. Let's just have you here then. I think this should work. You can go in straight and you can go in like that. That's fine. And then we'll just have you be one little step away from the middle. Oh god. Like that, I believe. Yes. Fine. Fine, fine. I don't really like it, but whatever. There will be an ad break of 3 minutes in 3 minutes, just to let you guys know. If you're lucky, the ad will be short and barely disruptive. And as mentioned, I don't really want to run ads, but I don't have a choice in the matter. Okay. Good. Eight military-looking planes just flew past you. Interesting. Hopefully nothing serious is happening there. But there has been a lot of military activity in Sweden these days. Maybe not these days, but these years. So... okay, and then here. We are getting there now. Nice. And the concrete has also caught up. I don't know if they're military, but they weren't like passenger planes or someone's private little ones that they fly for fun. I don't think. Yeah. Will we need iron for anything else? Let's see. Yes, we will. For screws. And 180 of them. So we but that's about it. Okay. In that case we build 4 more constructors. And we don't really need the splitter. Don't understand the point of it, but oh well, yeah. It could also just be training exercises or something like that. There's always a chance of that. And hopefully it is just that. Oh, you are rotated the wrong way. Even though I'm pretty certain I sampled these. So that's very strange. Maybe I didn't. I believe 180 divided by 4 should be 45. Yes, I did remember correctly. I'm making screws here now. No, I don't want to do that. I want to make rods here, not screws. Good, I didn't infect my belt line with it. Oh, I'm about to. Wait, so I did something wrong here. You are now making rods. You are now making rods. Okay, let's get you back to making rods again. And then I guess I built 1 too few constructors. Screws, yes. Okay. Great. We do have a very big military thing in my city, so it's like one of the main places where people go for military education. So when we see a lot of military trucks and here shooting and marching in the distance winter training, I don't think they have any plans here. Because there's not really any space for that. So it's a military and game development hotspot of Sweden. Very, very, very interesting. Okay. Then finally we build assemblers. Line up like that. That's fine. And we need to make 7.5 encased industrial beams. 7.5 divided by 2 is 3.75. Yep, my city is basically known for game development, the military, and having a big Volvo factory. It's just a very interesting combination of things that you wouldn't really have expected. Oh, actually, we need to do something first with this. We need to make beams. Let's see, so how many beams do we need to make? 7.5. That means 22.5 steel beams. That means 2 constructors. Okay. 22.5 divided by 2 is 11.25. Okay, good. So those are like the 3 main things that people move here for. Yeah. We also need pipes. Steel pipes. And how many of those exactly? So we want to be making 30. So this 45 times 2 plus 22.5 times 2. That is the 135. So we don't need more steel than this. Okay? That is good. Life is good. Everything is good. Okay? Let's go like so. And then we will connect the steel line. Amazing. And finally connect you guys to power. Perfect. Okay, nice. So that's iron and steel handled. I know that it's a long line of just a bunch of constructors. That's fine though. Now that I think about it, let's switch up the order in which these machines are. I want the beams to be on the outside because they'll be combined with these. I guess I didn't really have to... What was I thinking? I didn't have to dismantle it all. I could have just changed the recipe. Oh well. Steel pipes on the inside, making 15 per minute. Sometimes I'm just a little too quick. Um, 11.25, that is correct. Okay. Oh, we need to change you also. Good. Steel beams are now going on the outside rather than the inside. Oh. Good. There we are. We can add some of these steel ingots to the dimensional depot. Why not? So that's the whole constructor line. Then we need assemblers. So let's do the hover pack. Assemblers will be making encased industrial beams. We will need 2 of those. So let's say here and here. is fine in my opinion. We can go straight from you and then a little bend on you. Okay. And then we can yeah, sure. Can do like this. We split. Put input on that side. Then go straight into you. Finally, we make a lift. And connect. Last little thing we have to do is update this recipe to 3.75 for both. Nice. There we are. We have those being made. We have all of these screws being made. Nice. Then we need the heavy modular frames. And I guess they can kind of go in the middle here. And we just need to make 1.5, which I think we just need a single manufacturer for. Okay. That's fine. It can be here. So those are the screws. Yes. So merge here, here, and here. Can send you in towards the closed side. Is the weather something that came with the 1.2 update, or did it just not notice before? Yeah, it is new in the 1.2. As well as some things with vehicles also. So I implore you to check those things out as well, because they're quite cool. There we are. And then we have you. Going in here. Finally, this one. Oh. Let's not do it like that. That is not pretty. Default mode. Here we are. I still don't like it going here even. Should just have it go as soon as possible. Like so. Nice. Okay. That should be all the parts for heavy modular frames. And let's connect you to power. All of them are filling up nicely. Amazing. So that's 1.5 heavy modular frames per minute. But we need to do even more. Now we need to make aluminum, and we need to utilize nitrogen gas also. So the next step for us will be finding bauxite. And I believe that there was some all the way up here somewhere. That was the closest. Here. Impure. Impure. Yeah. This is not gonna be the fun part. But I need to do it. And I need to go far for it. I'm exploiting this place very well though. A lot happening everywhere. This is looking very nice and compact in my opinion. From up here. I like the look of it. I utilize the space very well. Nice. Then all the copper stuff that I needed also. All the oil and fuel and whatever else. The trucks driving in. Wheels not moving at all. Yeah. They probably simplify the calculations a lot, so that's why you saw that weird little tip when it reached here. Since I'm so far away, they probably have to simplify it quite a lot. Nice. Oh, this noise. Yeah. Bauxite and aluminum. I'm thinking maybe there is a chance that I could do some simplification of the process with alternate recipes. Maybe. I'm pretty certain I'm not there yet. But how far will you be? This looks weird. Okay. so far away still. What is this, like coal? Yeah, I think so. Okay, here they are. We have to deal with you first, sadly. And another one that I hear in my left ear. And a spitter. But we'll be fine. Got you. Oh, there's also a Mercer-Sphere, even though I think I have enough for the rest of the game at this point. How many are there? A few guys of these hogs. How did you die so fast? There was another one, no? I don't know where it went. Okay. Let's get the Mercer-Sphere at least. Might as well. But we have dimensional depots above everything, and we have now 42 Mercer-Spheres left over with fully upgraded dimensional storage also. So let's see. Yeah, so we can just get rid of all the iron ingots, that's fine. And you guys. Steel ingots we're full of. You can be added also. Okay. So at least the aluminum casing is the simple part. Requires 90 aluminum ingots per minute for 60. And we needed 75. Which requires 112.5. Okay. Let's look at our MAM and check what we have that could potentially simplify the process. Aluminum beam is interesting. So I could do a pure aluminum ingot. Okay. Can do alclad casing. Don't want to introduce multiple kinds of ingots. Sloppy alumina solution is a great one. Okay, I do have that one. Here. Then I have electrode aluminum scrap also. Okay. 300 per minute is a lot. I just have to... Oh god, why am I yawning so much? I just have to figure out what to do with the water. I I guess it could go towards coal generators, weirdly enough. So we extract with the miner. Hopefully a miner could go on top here, but I'm not sure. Let's test. It can. Good. So we aluminum scrap. The regular recipe is 360. The sloppy is 300. It produces more water, the sloppy one. That's a good question. Throughput monitor. I guess it doesn't have anywhere in the codex. Throughput monitor. Oh. It's produced in the build gun. I don't actually know. It doesn't seem to be saying in here. But oh, hello Nax. Nice to see you. Hope you're doing well. Throughput monitor is unlocked in the MAM, if I recall. I think it's in the... It's either in the MAM or in the Awesome Shop. But I know that some things in the Awesome Shop is also locked behind having to unlock. Yeah, here it is. So it's in this shop. I just don't know what milestone you need to reach. Everyone's still at work at the moment. Yeah. Well, thank you for coming in again. And the same for you, Plump. It's lovely to have people chat and follow and then come back again. That is particularly special. So I appreciate you guys. As well as anyone else in here also. But you two are the new Satisfactory guys that came in last time, so it's very cool to see. And this time I'm focusing a little more on the game. But last time was also a particularly special stream. Let's see, so alumina solution is water and bauxite, 120 bauxite per minute to make 120 alumina solution. And in yet another refinery, I believe, you make the aluminum scrap, and for that, okay, we don't need 360 scrap. I guess the aluminum ingot is in the assembly? Oh, probably in the foundry. Yeah. Yes. And it requires silica. So I think I want to go for the pure aluminum route in this case. Pure aluminum. of course, it doesn't want to show. But I'm pretty sure it was just called pure aluminum. Yeah. Like, what is up with this search? Why does it not show when I search pure? Wait, now it does. Did I misspell it? I don't know. Okay. Well, I'm gonna go for this one at least. I thought trying to seduce people was a French specialty. I'd been looking at the wrong part of the awesome shop, but that's why I couldn't find it. Yes, so you do have access to it. You have unlocked it, or at least about to. Okay, so that means that we can simplify the process a little bit with no silica and instead just pure aluminum scrap. And we just need 60 for that. And then in terms of the casing, we need a lot. So 75. That means a total of 112.5 aluminum ingots per minute. I just have to run across half the map to get my awesome sync tickets. Oh god, I see. I've had a notice yesterday that Satisfactory Plus was released for 1.2. I know what I'm doing tonight. That's cool. It's the overhaul mod pack, right? Since this is my first playthrough, I feel like it doesn't really make sense for me to go into modding and stuff like that, but it is something that I have considered in the future at least. At some point when I finish this playthrough. So it's 2 to 1. That means that we need 112.5 times 2, which is 225 aluminum scrap per minute. Okay. 225. That means 150 alumina solution. Okay, so we'll make use of both miners. Let's write this down. So we need 225 let's write it here. 225 aluminum scrap. Let's just call it scrap per minute. Or scarp. We can also call it, that's fine. Yes, the overhaul that'll have me pull my hair out. Yeah. If you liked base game and have completed it, it's a very nice change of pace, even if it's super complicated. I don't know, in my opinion, I feel like this isn't the type of game that you need or want to mod, because it's good and complete as it is. Yeah, I think the point of modding is not necessarily to change things too much, but rather to change up the process and change up the kind of factories that you build. Because in a game like this, you have kind of infinite solutions to everything, right? But if you play it a lot and if you've played it many times, it kind of allows you to spice up what you have previously done and have to think differently about things. But modding generally is just one of those things where it's not for everyone, and that's totally fine as well. But I can understand it. Random nodes has been added to the base game as an option. Yeah. Yes. You don't even need mods for that anymore. You can do that when you make your world. You can also change their purity and stuff like that. So, um, yeah, they have done it. It's in the 1.2 update also. Oh, I didn't mean to scan. Okay, so 225 scrap per minute. That means 150 solution. 150 so per minute. You can tweak what spawn, where, and the overall purity. Yes. So you can have Sam just right next to you in the grassy fields. That again, it's purely random, so it's not something that you really have a choice on. You can affect the weight of the randomness, I believe, so you can choose oil heavy or something like that, for example. But you cannot choose exactly where nodes go. Yes, also the value for recipe costs, electricity consumption, and space elevator requirement. Yes, exactly. I think the space elevator costs can go up to 1,000 times, or is it 100 times? Um, so they can become quite expensive, and the power consumption can go up to, I believe, 5 times as well. You can also lower these things to lower than usual. Let's see. We will need coal for this also. 5 is already a pain in the butt, but I won't even try 100. Yeah. But maybe it's just me and my playstyle, because this isn't normally my type of game, so I guess that's why I'm happy with it as it is. Because I don't have the brain capacity to go deeper than what the gameplay already offers. Yeah, I mean, sure. It's completely up to the individual to think how they can to decide for themselves how they can get the most fun out of the experience, right? At the end of the game, at the end of the day, this is a single player game or a game that you could play with friends that you can get your own enjoyment out of any way that you want. And so if that includes modding and changing up your playstyle and your way of thinking one time or even multiple times, that's cool. Maybe even some prefer the overhaul mod to the vanilla game, right? Because I don't know much about the mod, but if it changes certain things that makes it more fun to you for you to work with than the basic vanilla game, then that's also cool. Satisfactory Plus is extremely complicated. I'm only playing it because I have over 1,000 hours in the game, so I've been through the base game a few times. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. It's a way to spice up life. And to make your playthrough more unique and even more challenging. Okay, good. So then that means that we need 150 solution. Oh, 150 solution per minute. That means 120 bauxite. No, 150 bauxite. Okay, good. And there we are. that's the calculation. It also means that we need not the full 225 water per minute. We need 225 minus 75, which is 150. 150 water per minute. It's all adding up to 150 somehow. Okay. The silica, I think, will just sink, to be honest. I need to use this to-do function more. I always end up writing everything on signs I leave around the factory when I'm building. Yeah, but it's very limiting. Like, I'm definitely low on characters at this point in the to-do list, so I would suggest I'm only using the in-game to-do list because I'm streaming. If I was playing by myself, I would probably use some kind of online note-taking tool like Notion or something like that for it instead. You have to kind of go out of the game to have the optimal note-taking experience, I would say. I hate when people keep games in the way you should play it, like saying it doesn't count as a win if you play on easy mode or if you mod or whatever. I get it when it comes to competitive games, because it can be considered cheating. But like when you're just playing solo or together with your friends, you should be able to play the way that you want to. Yeah, exactly. Like whatever gets the most enjoyment out of the game. It's your game, you have bought it, you own it now. It doesn't really matter what other people think. I think where it can become a little problematic is when if these people start, let's say, showing off or saying, oh yeah, I finished this game, it was so easy, blah blah blah, but it was mostly easy because they were cheating, or cheating in quotes, that is, or making the game easier for them. When people start showing off and brag, that's when it can become a little problematic. But otherwise, yeah, get the fun out of it you want, the way that you want. That's really what matters. Very much agree with Plum. Regardless of solo or multiplayer, you should be able to play the game in a way that you enjoy. Yeah. Exactly. I mean, I see people having mods that allows them to fly around without the hover pack or jetpack to make it easier for them to build and so on, even in like the regular survival mode of the game. And yeah, I mean, if that's how you get the most enjoyment out of it, flying around through a mod without the jetpack and hover pack, that's fine. Completely. So yeah. I've had a lot of those comments towards me, especially when it comes to difficulty levels, because I'm very bad at most games, so I not only choose the easy option, but I also usually tweak stuff in the settings if it's available. Like in V-Rising, I always increase my health and strength multiplier, as well as increase the loot, the stack size in my inventory and so on. Because without it, I wouldn't be able to make it through any content. But people have told me that I haven't truly played the game because of that, and I'm like, what? It can become a little complicated. I would say, sure, you're just a regular person, right? I would say if you are reviewing a game, for other people to watch or read, then I believe that the best way to approach that is to write a review based on the normal settings that the games provide you, with the standard difficulty settings. But yeah, other than that, I mean, it's really just up to yourself what you want to go through in the game and how easy or hard you want it to be. I do really want to check out V Rising soon. Um, it's definitely, I think I have it on my wish list. But there are a lot of games that I'm planning on playing, uh, especially on stream. And I need to finish these games first also, that I'm playing now, like Satisfactory and Diablo 2. So, let's see. We can take the bauxite. So miner can go point in this direction, that's fine. We can kind of lead in the middle. We also needed coal. I need to write that down. 75 coal per minute. 75 coal per minute. Okay. Good. So mine right there, and then the other one goes here. Good. I play solo for my own enjoyment, and if I hadn't been able to change things like that in the settings, I would have stopped playing altogether. But because I can tweak the settings to my liking, I've been able to play it, and I now have like 200 hours in it. Yeah, exactly. Oh, Nags, yes. It's been a little different here. We don't have rain and thunder these days, but we did have that during the big heat wave come out of nowhere. And it was absolutely beautiful. I was talking to Rob about it in his chat yesterday. And also to Breadboy. To other people in the chat that have been in the chat today at least. And I had an amazing view because I live in a tall building. So I had an amazing view of the thunder and it was beautiful. It's definitely my favorite weather phenomenon you can have here in Denmark at the very least. It is super lovely. I got to see the biggest lightning bolt that I've ever seen, and it hit like less than a kilometer away. It was beautiful. Because for me, normal is impossible, while for someone else, it's just a regular amount of struggle. When I tweak it to be easier, I struggle just as much as someone else would on the normal setting. So like, what is the difference really? Yeah, I mean, yeah. I think when it comes to reviewing, it's important to consider the base balance of the game, right? For example, uh, I don't think it would be reasonable to go and review a game to a lot of people who, as someone who changed the base balance of the game into making it something that it wasn't. I also think it goes towards.
Go to world settings and set to wet. Our machines have been weather tested.
Thank you, Ada/Breadboy. Yes, I can do that. But yeah, definitely. It's whatever you do to get the most enjoyment out of your game is what matters. This is your game after all. You paid for it, you have it, you're playing it. So, yeah. Okay, we are set to wet. I don't know what this game mode. Wait, what? Applies for the entire session and affects all players. Okay. Ada's voice always reminded me of the old Alien voice line. I'll never forget what we've been robbed of. Actually, I didn't play for it, but I got the Steam key and I started studying game development. Yeah, I mean, that's also one of the bonuses to being around those places and so on. And it's not like I also got a key gifted to me as well by studying what I did. It's fun and generous. It's nice. It just not for that game, of course, but for a Danish game in this case. I live in the mountains, so we usually have short but intense rain with slash thunder. Yeah, one of my favorite things about going to Austria on vacation was to sit on the balcony where we were, look up into the mountains from the valley, and just observe the beautiful thunder and lightning. Back in early access, if you stood next to the sphere on Summer Sloop, you'd get voice lines, one of which was, "Hello, this is paternal figure. I've fallen ill, and the only cure is collecting alien artifacts." Yeah, I wonder how they look, how the Mesosphere looks if I was to just drop one. Oh. That's cool. I've run out of voice lines from picking them up because I've gotten so many. I have 41 summer sloops and 42 mesospheres. I would say the rain can be rather loud. It is a separate volume slider if you find it to be too much. Yeah, we'll just see when it arrives. If it arrives. What is this? Just a little bit of fog, I guess. I've even worked for Stunlock Studios. Nice. Made Battle Right and V Rising. They always have a big Halloween party for all the game developers in the city. And I've bartended for them for 4 years. So it's pretty cool to have some paychecks from Stunlock and to officially be in their employment system. That's basically your biggest flex. I mean, that's a big flex in itself. I haven't gotten to work for a big company yet. I've only been to events, that's all. So that is definitely impressive. I mean, at this point, I've been out of uni for a long time and have around 5 years of professional experience, but I've only worked for small startups and small teams. So that is definitely impressive, and none that anyone would ever really recognize. So it's very good. Very good experience also, even if it is just in quotation marks bartending. It is a way in. It is a way to allow you to talk to people and people getting to know you also. Your goal is to not work for that party, but to actually be invited to it for once. Yeah, definitely. I feel like I have to sneeze, but it escaped me. Okay, good. So we merge here in the middle, I guess. They're perfectly in the middle. That's fine. And send you guys through. Good. Then, so we needed 150 bauxite per minute, so we need to overclock you to 75. And you to 75 also. No, you're a normal node. Okay, then never mind. In that case, I kind of still want you to equal out. So maybe I just underclock you and overclock you. Yeah. That's fine. Cause that will make me feel like I've officially made it into the industry, since there are so many big, cool studios in my city, so to be there as an equal feels like a solid goal. Yeah, definitely. Networking and getting to know people and getting your foot in the door are some of the most important things to finding work. I can imagine it's a very tight-knit community of game developers, and probably every studio employee knows every other studio employee from all the other studios that are around that area, right? At least that is the case here in Denmark, not even in Copenhagen where I live, but in Denmark. Every studio knows everyone. Everyone knows everyone. It's like a little community that everyone is a part of. Like, I keep seeing the same people going to the same events and so on. And I've been, yeah, just talking to a lot of people, getting to know people, talking with the guys who made Deep Rock Galactic and visited their offices also. Also, there is a new company, their office I have also visited, Raw Power Games, which they're making an absolutely huge game as their very first game. I cannot remember what it's called. I will have to look it up. Rock and Stone. They're making Chronicles Medieval. And there's a lot of international hype around it. They have a beautiful office in the center of Copenhagen. And they have infinite investor money somehow, it seems. Because they're just a company that came out of nowhere. Who are building possibly the biggest game that Denmark will ever have produced so far. Maybe with the exception of 007 First Light, but yeah. There's a lot of hype about it. So I'm curious. A lot of talented individuals that I've talked to as well from that company. But yeah, I just wonder where all that money comes from. Because you cannot just hire, like, I don't know, there are probably around 50 people with no budget and start making the biggest game of the country with no money at all. So, I don't know. Must be some very, very rich person behind it. So... Oh, we have an ad break in 45 minutes also. Or seconds, not minutes. So, just to let you guys know. Let's see. That would be a bit of a heads up if it was 45 minutes. Okay, the bauxite we have. Then we will need the refinery to make alumina solution from that 150. So let's also, we would make 2 refineries. Sure. Let's see. We can go like this. That I like. Yes. Good. There we are. Simply what we then can do is you are annoyingly what we actually can do is very simple. Just take the output from each of the miners. I guess you can go straight. And plug them straight in. That should work. There we are. Nice. Good. And then for the water, we need to be making 150. Can we even place a water extractor here? Not really. But we should be able to do it somewhere else close by. Yeah. So what, it can really not go here? Must be placed on deep water. Yeah, this is just not deep. Okay. But here would be fine. In some places it would be. Purple slug. Okay, so let's... I cannot even see what's going on. The water is completely black. Okay. Let's just build 2 extractors next to each other if we can. You're gonna lurk for a bit and focus on your factory. I tend to get lost in yapping sometimes, and then I just stop playing the game altogether. Yeah, all good, all good. Do what you need and want. Okay. So this will also be 75, and so will you. Let's build foundation so that we can align things on a grid at least. Okay, and then pipeline. I also don't think the stream will keep going for much longer. I think I will be proceeding with setting up this aluminum, and then we will hopefully be raiding Barely Building after. If they will still be online by that time. And of course, I will always recommend people to stick around for the raid, because it means a lot to smaller streamers like myself and well, the people that I decide to raid. To see people come in and chat. Okay, good. Let's see. So then we do the pipeline floor hole. Let's do the T-junction. straight mode. That. Let's go then horizontal to vertical for this. Nice. Then go back to straight mode. Guess we go horizontal to vertical for a little bit, and then we go straight. Yes. And then we can plug you straight in, then make a T-junction in the middle here to align with you. Okay. Then we have water going in to make a luminous solution. We will take the silica. We can send it that way. It's fine. Let's do like this, and then we can simply merge here. Oh, that was wrong. Merge. Like that. Yes. And we can also just merge here. Yes, we can. Okay. And we place a sink. Just here. That's fine. Hopefully it should fit. Not really, but it's fine. Okay, good. So that's the silica handled simply just by the sink. But let's do something slightly different. Let's move the sink back a little bit. Okay. Like here. Just utilizing the space a little more. Okay, that's fine. And then we lead you around to here and here. Nice. There we go. Good. Then a luminous solution with coal. This was not underclocked yet, so we need 75 and 75. Oh, not 74. Good. We make the scrap. And we make 225 of that. We only need one refinery. Yes. Okay. So let's extend this platform a little. And please say we will have enough space for everything that we're planning. Okay. So we will have you like towards the middle here. Yes, we will make a little more space. This, no, like this. It's not fully ideal. Let's have you like here. Okay, logistics and T-junctions. Good. Then you will clip. So I'll want this T-junction a little closer to that conveyor lift. Like here. Yeah. That's fine. I was sure that I had my tickets in the dimensional depot, but I couldn't find them there, so I thought I must have placed them in a storage container in my old base on the side of the map, so I went to find them, only to realize that they were in the dimensional depot all along. Oh god. Oh god. It happens sometimes. Okay, then we can just kind of loop water back into here. Yeah, fluid output is on this side, good. Connect you up. That's fine. I'm okay with that. The amount of things I do in the dimensional depot, yeah. Okay, good. So we have that now. Then, simply from here, we need to do something with water, the water that we're making, which will just go to coal generators. That's it. Oh no, wait. What am I thinking? I'm routing it back. No, so it's all fine. Yeah, I don't know what I was thinking. Then we need to handle 225 aluminum scrap. 225 divided by 30. Okay, so we build 8 smelters. Let's see the space. I would prefer to actually rotate this way and check this space first. Okay. Let's go like this. Cool. And then we do the opposite side. Like so. Pure aluminum. Oh, never mind, we just need 4. Okay. That's fine. Good. Then we split to each of you. Nice. And then we say 225 divided by 4. 56.25. What would that be in percentage? Like 95%? It's 57. Okay, so, well, there was a calculation. I deleted this by accident. There was a calculation that you could do, which is, we say, I believe we say 56.25 divided by 60 times 100. Yeah, there we are. Good. Now we know it's correct, fully correct. Nice. There we are. All of them underclocked. And that's the aluminum. Then we just need coal. And we need to make the casing. There was coal very close by, I believe. Yeah. Just here, impure and normal. Let's just make use of the impure because it's closer. It seems easier to work with because of that. It is quite high up. Is that Sam just sitting in the open? It is. Strange. Purple slug up there. But this is not even where the coal would be, no? I'll take the slug, sure, why not? Even though I likely will never make use of the power shards that it'll give me. What is up there? A summer sloop. Okay. So this coal is just down there. I see. And there is an opening through here. That's nice. Foundation. Let's have you be built here. And then the miner goes down. Okay, good. And what we do, a little bit of winding turns. Okay, we can just go straight from here. Yeah, we would have to go down quite a bit. So let's try to line this up. Okay. That should be fine. Then we need to figure out where in the platform this would go, the conveyor hole. So, okay, Like there. Maybe. See? Yeah. Good. Then we need to... We'll also get this slug. It's easy to get while we're at it. But we have a massive surplus on power shards. There we are. And finally, we make the belt. Let's default you. Perfect. Oh. Here would be aligned, I think, and go straight. Good. Amazing. Then we just need to overclock the coal a little bit. To 75. Nice. And then finally we make the casing, and for that 90 aluminum ingot per minute. We will just overclock it, have one constructor overclocked, and that's it. Sure. So after I've built this one, this whole place should be set up fully, and then that is where we will end for tonight. After I wire everything up, I just have to find the wire for that. So that might take a bit to find, because I'm a little far from any kind of power that I have. Okay, straight mode works fine. Let me just build the constructor a little. Like, just straight from the merger here. Okay. 75. Good. There we are. Oh. Okay, so you are connected. Did you connect into the constructor yet? You didn't. Okay. Good. Oh. We also need to handle some head lift. Now, before I forget, 50 meters should be more than enough. So build it like here. Okay, then it's power time. And where do we find power from? What is this red thing I saw? It's just berries. I thought so. There's more nitrogen gas. There's a crash. Oh, that I've opened. Let's just get rid of it then. I don't know why it's sitting around. And now we start to see all of my mess back at base. Oh, I'm getting hit by rocks. Okay. We can take from this. Whew, that was dangerous. But we're fine. Okay, let's go this way. You had lunch just now? Yeah, what did you have? Can I reach? I cannot. I had really hoped so. No, I just cannot reach no matter what. Okay. Usual pasta salad. You can type in the search if you don't see it while scrolling. Yes. I do use the search a lot on the Dimensional Depot. I don't generally scroll. So how do I get power from here to over there? I really don't want to deal with you. You can just leave me alone. That's fine. I mean, I guess I could build power towers. But I'm not gonna start doing that now, suddenly. Because I haven't done that before. Oh, yes, nice. There we are. I guess I can go across here. It's a little funny route. Yes, we go straight that way. And now we get to our coal miner. Nice. And that will start working. Amazing. Let's go like here. I have to be very careful of my health. Just like in real life. Okay. Good. And here we are. At this point, we should also go straight. Stacy chain all machines together. I'm running out of turbo fuel. all the machines. Then we just need the water extractors. And we are good to go. Oh yes, indeed. It just sucks that you unlock it so late. Perfect. There we are. I hope these should start working at least. They might just have a bit of startup time. Yeah, there we go. Amazing. Oh, I forgot you. You are pretty important. And hopefully it'll work. Okay. We are still so good on consumption. It's crazy. Our max consumption is quite high, but we have a lot of filled boxes and stuff like that, so a lot of machines are not actively working. So, okay. Now it's doing a little bit, at least. So yeah, it might just need to fill up the pipes beforehand, before it starts doing anything. Yeah. Okay. Good. And that means that we should also see water coming up through the pipes. Hopefully. This one is filling up, and now this one should be good. I guess they just have to kind of pre-fill a little bit, and then in that case maybe it's good to just keep them at standard clock speeds for now, so that the pipes can fill up. Without issue. But with that done, so we are not running the aluminum casing back yet. That will happen at some point soon enough, I guess. But we should have aluminum casing being made now, and exactly enough for the fused modular frames. We have everything but nitrogen gas handled for the fused modular frame also. It's really good. Only downside is the cable clipping through the machines. But I place wall power connectors on the machines so it doesn't look clipped. Oh, nice. Yes. Oh, now we have these working, so we had our first little bit of aluminum scrap come through, and our first aluminum ingot coming in, and the first casing. Nice. There we go. That's what we like to see. So the machines have come alive. But that is where I will have to leave it for today. So it's a lot of good progress, definitely. We now have a little bit of an aluminum factory, but we only needed that for fused modular frames. So at the start of next stream, we will likely start extracting nitrogen gas and then sending the aluminum casing back to... I don't know if we're even capable of seeing it from here. No. This is the only part that we can see. Yeah. So yes. So yeah, uh, that will be for next time, and we will definitely have fused modular frames up and running at the start of next stream, and then hopefully we'll be able to explore some nuclear power stuff, or just general nuclear things. It worries me a little bit, but we'll see. We'll just jump headfirst into it and see what happens. So, anyway, thank you everyone for joining. I really appreciate it. It's nice to see so many amazing faces and so many people come back. And if Barely Building is still live, hopefully they should be, then we will raid them. And please stick around. Of course, it's up to you, but please join in the raid because I know it means a lot for other streamers around my size. So, yeah, let's see. So, Barely Building. Oh, maybe they're not online. I cannot see them through the Satisfactory or through the raid button. Let's see. No, they're not live anymore. Hmm. Oh well. Then he's running 10 minutes late. So when will he be starting? Because then I can do a little bit more now. It was at 14. Oh yes. I've been thinking about the time completely wrong. Yes. Okay, so it'll be about 15 or 14:25 then, your time. In that case, I'll keep going for a little bit. Yes. Okay. Well, Rob, if you can keep. Oh, they just went live now. I can see. Let's keep running for a few minutes still, because well, they probably have a bit of start time. So, just for like 10 more minutes. But yeah, then I'll send you all over there, and hopefully you'll have a great time. Again, you don't have to stay, but I do know that it means a lot for small streamers like myself when a raid comes in and people start chatting a bit and so on. So yeah, I would recommend that you stay. Oh, with them. We have to find this lizard doggo. Where did it go? Here. I need to hold some berries. Yes. So I had been thinking they had been online for like an hour at this point. If not 2 even. Can I get your attention? Yes. I'm not doing anything. Don't worry. Oh. Now you started running again. I cannot fully figure out how to tame these guys. They're a bit confusing. Where did you go? Wait, where did you go? You just disappeared? No, you're here. Okay, let's try again. So I have to be quicker about dropping the berries, it seems. Oh. Why? Hello? Why can I not drop them? There it is. What are you doing? Can you not get to it? Okay. Let's try again. And let's put it on even ground this time. Don't worry. There's nothing to be scared of. There we are. Nice. What should we call them? I didn't see this until now, but that's what I did. But the issue was that I thought they were called awesome tickets, I see, or something like that. But they were called fix-it coupons. That's why I didn't find them. Crouch and place berry. Slowly back away until they eat. Yeah. Not doing anything, don't worry. If something someone who's doing something would say is exactly. It's something someone completely trustworthy would do. What should the name be? We have a few people in here who could suggest a few names. It's our third lizard doggo in this playthrough, I believe.
These foundations.
Oh, yes. So I always name them unhinged things. Same. Well, maybe maybe not that. Maybe not that this time. We can. To be honest, I really like the name Plump for it. I don't know. So, named after you. Plump in some way. Inspired by your name, at least. And, well. Yes, exactly. You're now in the playthrough. Yes. You're now my pet. Come over here, please. Do you want to? They're so difficult to... It's so difficult to get their attention. Come on. There you go. Get up here. Nice. Your purpose is to provide whatever random bits you find on the ground. Yeah, they've been giving me some turbo motors earlier, I believe it was. Some of the other ones that I have that I don't know where are at all in the world anymore, but yeah. So I saw that Barely Building is now active in their stream, so we are now ready to head out. And please jump along. Hope you guys are doing well. Thank you everyone for joining. We've tried to build a cage around mine and they always escape. Yeah, exactly. I had the same problem. How do you get them to come back to you? They've never actually come back with anything to me. You just leave them to do their own thing for a while and then you go back after like 10 to 30 minutes and they have something in their mouth. Or at least in their little inventory. That's it. But yeah. Thank you everyone for joining today, and I'll see you in Barely Building's chat, hopefully. Let's see if I will be capable of raiding this time. As long as you feed them a berry, they get stuff after. Oh, I didn't know that you have to actively feed them also. I've just been leaving them. See you guys. Have fun. Enjoy your day. Feed them once. Okay, I see. Yes. Just when you tame them, essentially. Okay. Goodbye, guys. Yes. Exactly. Stay hydrated. Thank you for joining. See you.